I want to share one quick brief story that happened just today. This past weekend, Kate and I actually got an opportunity to go to see the movie The Mule with Clint Eastwood. Well, I got an opportunity today to talk to a patient who just went this weekend as well to watch it. And while we weren't in the same theater, we actually did notice the same thing. And it wasn't just the fact that old Dirty Harry is aging a little bit and he could probably use a little higher quality of movement in his self. But the interesting point that we both observed, it was that at the end of the movie, while old Dirty Harry was able to attract a theater full of baby boomers, one thing that we noticed, my patient and I both, is that after the movie was over and after the credits were rolling, we both sat there and watched as all these old Clint Eastwood fans started to stand up and make their way out of the theater. It did not happen at the speed that it's supposed to. Everyone, whether they were in their 50s to their 80s, was taking such an extra amount of time to slowly peel themselves up off the seats, figure out how to navigate themselves through the aisle, and safely get themselves down the stairs. People, that is not freedom. That is barely independence to move. There is such a better way. One more quick story because I can't help it. One of the things that inspired me to do this program in the first place was a story I heard from the founder of Functional Movement Systems himself, Dr. Gray Cook. Gray tells a story of how when he first graduated from school, he went to work for an assisted living program. And it was one of those situations where, he gets there day one, fired up to work, and the energy he gets from the people that he just hired him is that, listen, we needed to check this box that we have a physical therapist on staff. We've checked the box. Get to work. Don't make any noise. Don't ruffle any feathers. You're here because you need to be here. Don't cause us any troubles. Well, quickly, Gray starts walking around and realizing that, man, 80-90% of the people in this assisted living home are getting pushed around in wheelchairs. The people who work in this assisted living home are pushing these wheelchairs up to the window where they leave them there after breakfast until it's time for lunch, where they wheel them back to lunch and then back until supper, and this repeats every day, in and out, daylight till dark. And it saddened him. It saddened him that these people who had worked so hard their whole lives were now being in bondage to a wheelchair. Not to mention in bondage of the exorbitant cost that they were paying every month to be wheeled from the window to the dining hall every single day. This was not how life was meant to be lived. And Gray went to work employing these same strategies that we have embedded into our Movement Mastery program. And the funny thing is that shortly after, he was fired. That might seem like a crazy ending to a crazy story, but the truth is Gray Cook was fired because he was getting people out of wheelchairs. He was restoring life in a place that life had been taken away because of immobility, because of a lack of movement, because of a low quality of movement. These people in this home were living a low quality of life. And the reason why Gray was fired was because once you restore movement to someone that's been bound to a wheelchair for so long, a host of other problems arise. And people were going where they weren't supposed to be going, doing things they weren't supposed to be doing. But God bless them because they were free, they were independent, and they were moving strong.